Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo, Kel back again, and this is another New World video. Today's video, I want to talk about just how New World is approaching, or it's already over its month release, and so I can see things starting to slow down. So this is a video to kind of say how to still have fun and keep yourself nice and engaged in New World after you hit 65, after the MSQ, and all the things that kind of guide you along the path. So let's get into it. So here we are in New World. I'm in Windsward right now. This is kind of the home base that I kind of stay in, mainly because out here a lot of people duel, and I'm into this PvP scene. So I go out there and I start dueling with them, and it's just a good way to kind of hone your skills in. First things first, we're gonna run over here, and there's a couple things that you should always be doing as far as keeping your body and your mind engaged. So if you're trying to figure out gear and trying to grind out caches and all that stuff, one of the first things I like to do is when I go in, you can come over here, look at the expeditions. You can do either or. I say go mutated, because when you go to the mutated and you queue up, you can see up here you get 2 daily bonuses. So you can run in with a random group, complete any of these 3 expeditions for M1 and M2 only, and then you'll be able to get some nice caches. So that's something you don't want to miss out on. Also, same over here with regular expeditions. This one you get 3 daily bonuses, and again, go ahead and pick whichever one. You can queue up whichever ones. If I want to do Lazarus and Dynasty, those are the only 2 I'll select, and then I'll queue up, and then they will put me in. You can also go ahead and do a random one, and that will just throw you right into the mix. Just make sure you're doing your PvP track. Coming here, you get every checkpoint you get to pick a reward. Also, you don't have to pick a reward. I feel like sometimes I've seen videos that make it seem like you have to pick one. You don't. You can just let that money build up. There's a 100K cap, but then you go ahead and pick it on forward. Another one is to make sure you're doing your factions. So this is after the fact. If you haven't been leveling up your factions, you sure should be, because I definitely have not like that. I'm only Ravager. But again, make sure you're doing completing. You can complete the PvP ones if you enjoy that scene, or you can complete the ones that generally call for an expedition. But the reason these are important is because once you hit in game, and this is what I'm working towards as well, is you can come down here. Once you hit champion, there's a ton of good gear you can get, as well as this bad boy right here, Chromatic Seal. You will need these as you start leveling up your gear that you already kind of established. That's going to be your main squeeze. We also have here's the Azoth Inductor, also another huge one, crafting items up to 700. So if you need that 700 gear score, that's what we're kind of all chasing in this late stage, especially if you want to be doing, you know, Gorgon, if you want to do mutated 3s, the elite trials, all that stuff, you're going to need it. As you can see right now, I'm only at 696. But this also brings me into my next point, is these bad boys right here, artifacts. So these artifacts are now running Blood Drinker, which is huge. I recommend it, especially if you're in the PvP settings, or if you don't have healer in your group. It kind of gives you more of that sustain. But these are items that are pretty much you're gonna craft your build around. Here you only can have 3 in each slot, so I would only be able to have 1 armor here. See, if I put this on and I try to put it on the pants as well, I can't already have an artifact. So you only have 1 in each slot, 1 in your armor, 1 in your weapon, and then 1 in your jewelry. These are generally, again, going to be what your build is crafted around. So start farming these out. Some of them drop randomly in like OPR caches. Some of them drop in world bosses. Some of them drop in mutated dungeons. But start to align yourself with what your build wants to be about, and start going and pursuing these artifacts to help progress your power. I think they're also super fun to farm, and once you get them, here, let me see, I'll play some. Did I get all this one? Okay, cool. So once you get them, you can see in the top right here, I'll move my camera down in a second. You can see here in the top right, I have my artifact, and that's gonna give you quests. So those quests are gonna be what you have to do to get and unlock the perks on that artifact. So it's just another little extra tidbit you can do. Another thing you should be doing, again, for my people who are on the PvP side, is completing your 3v3 arenas. You get 2 free caches every day. after 2 matches. So make sure you get them. You can get some good gear in those. I actually think I got this helmet I have on my gear set. I got this helmet from it. And this helmet is 725, so it's max. Got that from a cache. Again, make sure you are doing these caches because they are huge. For our next one, we're going to go ahead and travel over to Cutlass Keys. Another thing you should be doing every couple of days. So there's 2 things here. Boom, get your glitter key. This is going to be a huge for unlocking all the nice chests that you need. And then as well as you can mess with these. I haven't really been messing with them because it costs a gold coconut. Those are pretty pricey means. But another good one over here is if you come down here, you can do the gypsum orb exchange. So make sure you hit these up at least once a day. I think it might be on a 2-day counter. Let's see real quick. I want to say it's 1 day. I think it is 1 day actually. Yeah, so you can do them once per day the next time I do it. But do that every day because you need the gypsum orbs to start leveling up the gear that you have. And speaking of this, I mean, there's a couple other crates you can kind of get and play around with. I personally don't do it because I get a lot of stuff from doing the mutated dungeons and doing the OPRs and the PvP 3v3 arenas. But if you're not into that scene, then play around with getting the gold curse. Play around with the weapons, play around with getting the apex ones. Again, they're going to be costing a lot, but in order to get those doubloons, you are going to want to come over yonder into the PvP area. And for our last little tidbit of advice, hey, what's up? This is the guy in my company. Let's pop in for Agnar. I don't know if he's watching it. Give him a wave. He's not paying attention. That boy gone. Okay, but for our last one, we're gonna come up to an upper region. I personally like the Shattered Mountain area, so we'll come over. We're gonna run into here, and you're gonna go to this thing called the Gypsum Kiln. Huh. This bad boy right here looks like something from the Iron Giant. You're gonna open this bad boy up, and there's a couple things you can do every day, and one of the things is this right here. The Gypsum Orb. This costs 20. This is why you need your gypsum. Let me get that 20 real quick. I'll craft this. Boom. Continue. Then you come over here to Gold to Matter, and you'll get 1500 ore or 1500 gold and 250 dark matter. So if you go ahead and grab that, craft it up, give me this sweet money, because money makes the world go round. And if you're not an expert on the trading post, which I might make a video for that later as well. Or if you don't own the company, it's hard for you to get your finances up, then these will be something you should be doing every day. Coming up, cash, open it up, boom, you get yourself some 1500 gold. And again, you can do this once a day. Let me open it back up so you guys can see it. It should have stayed here, but again, you can do this once a day. Or once every 2 days, sorry. Once every 2 days to then get your 1500. As well as these caches right here, concealed vaults, also give you a little bit of change, so be sure to open those up when you have them. It's kind of randomized, but it's still a little good bit of money that you can utilize, and it gives you some moats that if you're not into the crafting aspect, you can always sell these. Depending on your server, they may go for a good bit of money. But that's pretty much it. Be sure to try out new weapons, find people. Look, enjoy the interactions. I think really, I know this game can be played solo, but I think playing it with friends and just enjoying the company of people, it's just a fun way to stay engaged with the game, meet new people, see what they're doing. They might be running some chest runs, do those every day. They might be running some expeditions. They might be doing, any number of things that kind of extend your playtime and open you up to a new realm of the game. So, as always, be easy, stay breezy. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider sending a like, comment, or subscribe, or all three. I'm not complaining. But until next time, let me know, how are you enjoying New World? Are you feeling a little bit of burnout? Are you still having fun throttling away? What are you doing to keep yourself busy in the game? And all that good stuff. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.